Hi everyone, let's solve this problem 2 sum. Let's read the problem statement first. So it says we are given an array of integer nums and a target. We need to return indexes of two numbers so that they add up to target. And there's only exactly one solution, and you can't use the same element twice. Okay, so we are tracking this problem in Blind-75 list. This is the first problem we are solving. You can find the link to this Excel sheet in the description below. Before jumping on to solve the problem, let's read the quote of the day. So it's from the Batman movie. It says, it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. So let's jump on to whiteboard to understand how we are going to solve this problem. Let's start with the brute force first. So in brute force, what I say is, for each element, I'll start to find the element which can make a target. Like basically for each element as the first element, I need to look for the second element which can form the target. For example, for 2, I had to look at all elements 7, 11, 15 which can make 9s, right? So I was for each element I will go to its right and find who is going to be my potential neighbor who can form overall target, right? So this is like the first technique. So for example, in this case, let's say if we were looking at 6, right? So for 3 I will look at, do it pair with 2, does it pair with 4? No, it doesn't, right? So I'll ignore that, and in the next iteration what I do is I will look at 2, I look 2 for the next with the 4. I'm not looking 2 with the 3, because 2 looking with 3 is similar to 3 looking with 2, right? So what I'm doing is, for each element I need to look at its rights, right? So it becomes order n square problem. So this is like the total number of pairs I'm tracking is order n square. So this is like the first technique, right? What is the second technique? In the second technique, what I can do is, I can say, okay, I don't for example, when I'm given 3 in this case, right? So I have this 3, I am looking for another 3. Is there another 3 present, right? Can I do it? Yes, it's can I do it optimized way, which is, let's say, order 1 solution by using hashes? Because at this point we are doing it in order n by looking at all these elements on the right. If we put all the elements with its corresponding index in the hash, let's say this is some hash, I say okay, 3 is in 0th position, 2 is in 1st position, and 4 this is in 2nd position. So when I'm looking at 3 at 0, I say, okay, is there any 3 which has index not equal to 0? If it is, I found the pair, right? When I was at 2, I say, okay, is there any 4 whose index is not equals to me, right? This index, because I don't want to use the same element again, right? Because in the case of 3, I was looking at another 3, and I would have said, okay, yes, there is another 3 here, but the index was different, right? So for 2, I'll say, okay, is there any 4, and its index should not be 1? Yes, it is. So I'll return that answer, right? So this is like the second technique. But the third technique is most powerful, which is okay, in this case, what we did is, in the first step, this was step 1, right? I created the hash, and in the second step I was iterating through my input array, and I was looking for the element. So the third technique is where the powerful pattern, I call it soulmate pattern, comes. So right, what's the concept of soulmate? Let's consider it with these two elements that form the target, right? So this was one element, and this is its complement somehow, right? They both become soulmate, right? So let's say let's put them in array. So this is my array, right? Sorry for the bad drawing. So I can say, okay, these are my set of elements. What I can say is, when I was looking for this guy, right, this guy is supposed to be paired with this to form the overall target, right? Let's say this is some girl, right? She's looking for a guy who's her soulmate, and they both become the pair. But what I am doing is, I'm saying, okay, I will go left to right, okay? If I have not found anything on the left of this person, right, for this girl, right, I didn't find anything, right? So I say, okay, I didn't find her soulmate, but I'll keep her in my tracker, which is again the hash list, right? This hash set with the index, that okay, whenever I'll find this guy, he will find his soulmate. This is a guy, right? He will find his soulmate, who's a girl, because I have already seen her. I don't need to go in one traversal. I'll need to keep track of everything and then find the soulmates. So what I'll do is, I will keep going from left to right. At this point, let's say there was some other set of elements here, right? Let's say there were some other elements. So my hash will contain all these elements, right, till this point. So this guy is not there, so I will say, okay, I didn't find the answer for this, right? But now I'll put this in hash, put all these in hash. When I reach here, I say, okay, yes, your soulmate was present somewhere in the hash. Sorry, like this is completely messed up now, because we were not interested whether we find soulmate from this position or from this position. All we were looking for is, only a pair. The moment we find a pair, we are in success. So all we are trying to say here is we are not going to say success the moment we find the first element of the pair. Even if we find the second element of the pair, still it's a successful match. So let's jump onto code. We have explored all the visualization. Let's jump onto code to see all of these three solutions. So I have put the summary in this Excel sheet. So let's start with the first solution, which is order n square solution, right? So let's say, okay, let's write order n square solution here. So order n square solution, right? So in order n square solution, what I say is, okay, for each number in my nums, right? Let's say this is my first, I don't need to go till last, I can go till second last, and my second number will be from I plus 1 to total numbers if nums of I plus nums of j is equals to target, right? Then I need to return I comma j. Otherwise I return -1 comma -1. What is the default value? Are they saying anything? You can return answer, because there will be some solution, so I don't need to do this. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's submit it. It's taking some time. Awesome, it does. So let's jump on to the second solution. Let me copy this. I can get rid of this part. Okay, so now the second solution is, first I will create the tracker, okay, which is empty for now. And what I do is I say, okay, for each num in my numbers, my tracker of number, I'm tracking all the elements in the set now, right? Now what I say is, okay, for I comma num in enumerate the numbers, okay, if, so let's call it complement, which is target minus num. So I say, okay, if the complement is there, if complement is present in tracker and tracker of complement is not equals to I, which means it's not the same element, I will return tracker of this complement and this I, this, because these are the two indexes. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's submit it. Awesome, it does. So let's jump on to our final solution, which is using the Soulmate pattern. So I'll just comment it out again. Okay, which is the third solution. So in this solution, what I say is, I don't need to do two traversals. So in this case, I had two traversals. Okay, in the first traversal, I put all of elements in the set so that I can access it in order one time, and then for each element I was now started looking at whether I have the soul, like the other component or not, right? So in this pattern, like this is like in the Soulmate pattern, we'll go it in the single directions, like single pass, and we'll get the answer. Okay, let's see now. So I say, okay, for I comma num in enumerate num, okay, so I'll say Soulmate, because this current element's Soulmate is going to be target minus num, right? What I say is, okay, if Soulmate is present inside tracker, I will return tracker of Soulmate and my current position. Otherwise I need to put myself inside, like, you know, this tracker who's tracking all these Soulmates, right? So what I say is, okay, tracker of num is I. So this is like single pass solution. Okay, let's see first if it works. Okay, let's submit it. Awesome, it does. So guys, I hope you are able to understand all these three solutions. If you are having any doubts, please put them in the comments below. I'll try to answer as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching.